What's up everyone, this is Trey from Topic Tech and I've got a review for you guys. This is the Xbox One Elite Controller. This actually came out the end of last year, so it's actually been out for a little while now. And if you're deciding to pick one up for yourself, I hope this review helps you make that buying decision. Looking right into the box, you get this nice hard shell carrying case that protects your $150 investment. That's right, 150 bucks, and these are actually sold out still in a lot of locations, so they're still kind of hard to find. But for the price, you get a nice braided cable, which it doesn't actually charge the controller because it uses AA's out of the box. You can get your own third-party rechargeable charger, but my only gripe is I wish Microsoft would have included something to recharge it. I do have to say I love the case, and the case is actually a really important part of this controller, and I'll talk more about that here soon. But in my opinion, Microsoft did a really good job at designing this controller. It looks awesome, it feels awesome. It's definitely worthy fitting into your Amazon wishlist, which they do currently have available. Links are below. Now inside the carrying case carries a cradle that holds all the parts for this actual customizable controller. It's important to note these are very small pieces and they're very easy to get lost. Changing out the parts on the actual controller is extremely easy. Everything's magnetized and it's strong enough that you don't have to worry about it popping out during a gameplay. The thumbsticks are incredibly smooth. You can tell they have a better build built into them, but if you feel like it's too tall or too short, you can simply switch them out. As quick as that. You get 3 different sizes and one for each thumbstick, and with all the parts combined you have a lot of different ways that you can actually configure your gameplay. The saucer-shaped D-pad is great for maneuvering, such as in executing combos in fighter games that require corner taps. Something completely different than a regular Xbox controller is these stainless steel paddles that you can have on the back. You can have them in several different configurations. You can just use 2 of the top, the 2 of the bottom, or you don't have to use them at all. There's also adjustable triggers in the back that have a switch that adjusts for rapid fire or a full motion. This could be incredibly useful for shooting games and racing games, and basically any game. You just adjust as you need it. Now, about what I was saying before with the case being important, this is where you're going to store all of the parts that you aren't currently using. These are tiny pieces and very easy for, say, a baby or a dog to choke on these, so it's important to kind of keep these stowed away. You also don't want to lose these because you can't easily buy these pieces individually, so make sure you keep this near. Even with all the pieces that you can switch out, there's still more that you can customize. Once it's paired up, head to settings and you're going to go to the very bottom and then select button mapping. You can actually map every single button on this controller to do something completely opposite than what it was intended for it to do. What good is this for? Well, you can set up different profiles for your button mapping for every type of game, either by genre or even the specific title. That way whenever you go into a game, you know you're going to have the perfect setup every single time. You can get even more detailed as far as adjusting how sensitive each trigger is to the touch. I found this awesome for shooting games like The Division, in combination to the rapid fire switch physically on the controller that makes my shots that much more responsive. Here I adjust my aiming trigger and my weapon fire trigger to be just as sensitive to the touch. I may go back to adjust it once I get used to it, but this shows that you can actually adjust it up and down to be as sensitive or not as sensitive to however you want. This is kind of hard to demo, but I'm literally just brushing against the weapon aim trigger, so this allows me to aim a lot faster. In my opinion, it feels good. I may adjust it down just a little so I can get a better responsive time, but also the weapon fire trigger, it pulls off every single trigger. Overall, I feel Microsoft has done a really good job with this controller, but I know asking for $150 for an accessory is a little bit out of price range for most, but if you're looking to enhance your gameplay at all, more competitively or just casually, I believe this is the best bang for your buck. Here are a few pros and cons for this controller. I love that you can adjust the trigger sensitivity physically on the fly and built into the software as well for the console. It has a premium weight that makes it feel elite, and with the taller thumbsticks, it makes it easier for shooting games to aim, which most of the games that I play are shooter games. However, I do wish Microsoft would have included a rechargeable option for this price. It's not even compatible with some universal docks, and the Elite dock is twice as expensive as others that would fit 2 controllers at once. Which, speaking of price, I believe $99 would have been a more realistic price jump considering the price difference in the Elite bundle, which includes the controller, versus the 1TB Xbox One console without the Elite controller. And lastly, I hope that more colors come as an option in the future to further the customizability. But that's going to be it, everyone. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box down below. And also, let me know what would be the perfect controller for you. Are you going to pick one of these up? And as always, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, and I will see you next time. The next tip is showing Find My iPhone. Now you can just simply swipe up and hit the alert button on your watch. It gives you a sound telling you where your phone is, somewhere nearby.